Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to what is going to be patch recap. Sadly, this is going to be the first one of season 6. Probably should have been doing this quite a bit ago, but yeah, patch recap. This is where we kind of go over the patch while the game is down, the patching and everything. We'll try and do it a bit shorter than they do on the actual show. However, I will be going a bit in depth with some of the changes that are going to be happening to the guards, and I'll try and give my opinion on like why I think they're gonna get either stronger or weaker, if it's a good or a bad change. We'll also be going over all the cosmetics, particular limbus and all that, but of course we'll start with the changes and all the items and stuff, and then if you don't really care about the new battle pass bundle and all that, you can just end there. But big shout out goes to Blues Ultra. He's the one that makes this happen. He's the lovely maker of all these infographics. So go give him a follow. There'll be links to him down below in the description. So let's dive into it. First up, there's going to be some major changes to pretty much the majority of the maps in Smite. Assault, of course, my favorite game mode. Not really actually, but being the first of them. There's no longer a ledge for the fountain that now sits flush with the ground, so you can no longer like fall off. Players can now walk back onto the fountain, but regen and buying capabilities still follow the same rules, so no buying. Vital orbs. They decrease the number of orbs that can spawn on the map from 6 to 4 and relocated 2 of the 4 that remain. Orb spawn locations are 1 in the center of the map near the lane, 1 in the center of the map on the side path, 1 in between order teams, tier 1 and tier 2 tower, and 1 in between chaos teams, tier 1 and tier 2 tower. So just kind of nerfing the orbs a bit. They might have been a bit too strong, getting a bit too much regen. All orbs now spawn at 60 seconds regardless of or if any towers are destroyed. Baron Sammy now counts as a healer for this mode. Finally. Arena, basically changed the Minotaur, so it increased health per minute from 20 to 150. They increased the physical power from 50 to 125, and they increased physical power per minute from 0 to 40. They decreased crowd. Finally, they decreased the crowd sound FX volume. They decreased the volume Minotaur spawn and death sounds. Whenever the Minotaur died, I thought literally that so I was getting ulted by a weird skin or something. And finally they decreased portal ambient noise sound for the volume. So they're buffing the Minotaur. I think it was just a bit too easy to kill in arena. I'm kind of a filthy arena main, not gonna lie. If I want to have some fun, Q arena, Q assault, getting that Minotaur now with a lot more health, and it's gonna be slamming. That's the main thing. Like, it's actually gonna hit really hard now. The Minotaur, you can't just face tank it. It's gonna be killing people. Biggest thing, obviously, for me as a pro player is going to be Conquest. We've had a lot of like requested changes around the map right now. I think it's a bit too hard to kill Enhanced Fire Giant, and I think the changes that are going to be done this patch are super good to try and kind of fix that. So the Enhanced Fire Giant will now appear 30 minutes into the game, up from 25 minutes. First of all, I think this is really good. I think it's a fair change. Beforehand, I think 25 minutes is a bit too much into the middle game. As soon as Enhanced Fire Giant spawns, it feels like you're instantly late game. And for me, late game is something where everyone is level 20 and everyone else has all the items, and people don't necessarily have all those things at 25 minutes into the game, so it's going to be a lot harder to kill that Enhanced Fire Giant. So moving the spawn by 5 minutes makes a lot more sense to me. And it should also make it more fun, I guess, to watch as a viewer, so you don't just watch us standing around Enhanced Fire Giants for 10 minutes. Now people might actually be able to close out the game before it spawns. They reduced the bonus physical and magical power that Fire Giant gains when it becomes enhanced. It went from 20 to 10 now. And Primal Fury buff now provides 7% reduced damage from jungle camps and jungle bosses. So this was a really cool change that we actually suggested in the pro Discord. Like, what if Primal Fury reduced damage? Because one of the big issues with fire right now is if to get it so low that you bait in the enemy team, the lava walls are gonna spawn, and like the balls are gonna shoot out, and if you're unlucky you're gonna get hit by the knock up. Maybe just if you're bad, but it just made it like super hard for like you to bait someone in, because your carries took so much damage. So getting Primal Fury is actually really good now. And also think, at least from a pro standpoint of view, like Primal Fury was definitely the gold Fury where we're like, this one really doesn't matter. The one you really care about is only Fury. But it's going to make Primal Fury a lot more potent, so that should be good. And then Clash also got some changes. So I'm really happy with the Conquest changes. Clash, the blue buff camps spawned in the center of the map have been changed to red buff camps. These camps now enhance at 10 minutes and not 5 minutes. The jungle, monster balance, there's a bunch of like new numbers here. I won't go through all of them as I'm not the biggest Clash main ever. Some changes to Apophis, however you say that. We'll jump into Joust and Duel. They adjusted the Bull Demon King so that he now continues to move and attack more smoothly. This should make him much harder to kite. Before he could kind of just run around in a circle, at least in Joust, and that that kind of made it pretty troll. Increased XP gain from the small tigers from 50 to 75 per tiger, 100 to 150 for entire camp. And the blue buff camp turtles now use melee attacks. So that actually means that it's going to be a lot easier to pull the blue buff now, because it won't be like ranged hitting you. So it should be a bit easier to secure that, at least as like a player on the defensive. Titan and Duel now only deal 50% damage to enemy players. They still deal normal damage to the minions. They decrease the Titan's HP for Duel only by 25%. And these changes inherit these changes from Joust, Bull Demon King, and obviously what we just talked about. So they got everything changed. This should make it, I think, easier to win in Duel. I'm not the biggest Duel player ever, but our coach role plays quite a bit of Duel, and he always gets bored when that one Logi player just keeps proxying the wave, and you can't really kill the Titan. That shouldn't happen so much anymore. Jungle practice, hell yeah. Players queuing together can now pick duplicate guards. That is so cool. Players now move much faster while in the fountain. Very nice. Now I can speed through all my buffs. Siege, they adjusted the Wild Juggernaut so that he now continues to move and attack more smoothly. This just make him much harder to kite. So they just kind of make everything a bit harder, which I'm a bit of a proponent of, so I respect that. Guards and items. First one of my favorites. We'll start with buffs. Amaterasu, getting a buff. They increased the damage on my ult before it went from 75, scaling 50 every level you put in, to 275 at level 5. Now it goes from 95 to 275. So now it scales only 45 instead of 50, but you start with actually a lot more damage in the ult. And this means Amma's ult is going to do 60 more base damage at level 1, like when you have 1 point in her ult, and this is a huge change. Like 60 damage is actually a big buff to Amma. So this, maybe Amma will be back. It is a bit of a race car meta right now, so who knows. Maybe we're going to become Amaterasu mains again. Another guard that got a buff, which I absolutely hate, is Aphrodite. He got so much love this patch. You'd think Aphrodite's getting the tier 5 skin this this year, but she isn't apparently. They increased the movement speed increase on her kiss from before it went 4 to 20, now it goes 8 to 20, so again just more base. Then they increased the bonus damage before it went 4 to 20, now it goes 8 to 20, so it's just she's going to be better early game. Back off now always applies to 25% slow, also if they get knocked back. And Love Burst, they decreased the cooldown before it went from 16 seconds to 20 seconds, now it's just, 12 seconds, now it's just on 12 seconds. Huge buffs from Afro, and I really dislike this. I think we're going to see a lot of Aphrodite, and just from my point of view, Afro is a bit of an unfun guard to an extent. I think it leads to a lot of frustration. It can be fun playing, but I think sadly we'll just see Afro be getting more banned in competitive. I do want to know, just come with a quick point here. We do play SPL this Thursday and Friday. You guys should go watch against the Martian Renegades. But we won't be playing on this new Olympia patch in particular. So that means that we actually won't be playing with these changes. Who knows, maybe we'll see some Afro regardless, but you never know. Baron got a buff. They increased the space mana from 250 to 300. Very nice. Now I can not care too much about my mana in the support role. I guess this is mainly for like mid. I don't know, because you don't really have your buff. They're just trying to make him more of a mage, which I think is fair. Cabrakan is the next guard that got a bit of a buff. They increased the base mana per level from 34 to 38. That means he's getting quite a bit more mana. He is a very mana hungry guard though, so that makes sense. And they decreased the mana cost of Tremors before it went 15 to 35. Now it goes 10 to 30, so you can be stamping the ground a lot more now. That was a horrible impersonation. How does he do it? He goes like bam, 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 bam. Changa also got buffed. They're just buffing all the healers, aren't they? That's kind of boring. They increased base mana from 290 to 310 and increased base mana per level from 43 to 48. To be fair, we have not seen a Changa in quite a bit, but I don't know. Moonflower Dance, her heal, they increased damage from before 165 to 165. Now it goes 85 to 185, so just 20 more base damage flat. Hell got buffed. My love. They increased the base health from 380 to 410. It's gonna take one more basic attack early game to kill Hell now, and that actually matters a lot. And they decreased the mana cost on Hell's 1, which is so huge, honestly. Like, Hell runs so fast, so her getting cut off, it's actually quite substantial. 15 mana is absolutely huge. This means you can go for more health pots in lane, which means you'll have more sustain, at least from a support's perspective. You'll run out of mana less early on, mid-game. Meaning you can just spam your abilities a lot more. So very, very good changes for Hell. It's going to make her quite good. Poseidon getting decreased mana cost from 60 to 100, now it goes 60 to 80, and then increase the mana from Whirlpool from 60 to 100, now to 60 to 80. I don't really like this. I think Pulse was in a good spot, and I think this will just make it more viable to go for like the ring build on Poseidon, because now you don't have to care so much about your mana. So if you don't have to care so much about your mana, you don't necessarily need to go like Book or Tough and those like mana MP5 kind of items, which is also a really good Poseidon playstyle. But for me, it's just frustrating to have the Poseidon running at me with like 1 million movement speed. I just don't find that fun. Seth increases healing from before it went 30 to 90 on Kingslayer. His ult now goes 45 to 105. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the buffs. For the guards, we'll get to the items after. Quality of life. Seth got a lot of quality of life, like on the spawn of Seth. Spawn's now visible to set for walls. Time is more visible and is set at a different color from the spawn itself. We got some quality of life from Colon. That obviously being apparently it's not in my patch notes. Anyway, Colon got a quality of life. I guess if you guys know what that is, you can give me a little hint in the comments down below. I can't remember that now. And Horus got quite a few quality of life improvements as well, like the improved audio feedback. It now, what's it called? Horus 3 now classifies as a leap. So we'll see. Are you going to be able to get a Will Exalted while you do it though? That's the good question. And to disguise his ult, they fixed an issue where teleported allies would sometimes not receive a shield. And then with Updraft's first ability, they fixed quite a bit as well. But let's get to the nerfs. The nerf guards, first of all, it's going to be Achilles. I think Achilles has been dominating SPL for a while now, which is very nice. So they decreased his basic attack range from 16 to 12. Basically, Achilles can't like smack you from a distance anymore, which was so infuriating that you're like walking past an Achilles and he could just kind of hit you when you couldn't hit him. It's going to make him a lot worse at level 1, which I think is a very good thing. It's going to make him harder for him to AA cancel and stuff like that, because you have to get super close now. So that's also good in my opinion. So good nerf. Creative nerf as well, I guess. Radiant Glory, they decreased the power buff. Before it went 10 to 20%, now it goes 10 to 14%. So that's actually pretty substantial nerf there to Achilles. He's not going to be doing as much damage now. And they decreased physical power scaling on his free combat dash from 50 to 45. So some relatively tiny nerfs, I guess, to Achilles, but I think it's actually going to impact him quite a bit, and I'm pretty happy with that. Scorch, Bellona is getting nerfed, or Scourge, or whatever it's called. Scorch, what am I saying? Scourge, they decreased the healing. Before it was went 30 to 50, every third AA. Now it goes 25 to 45. I think that's fair. I think Bellona is strong, has been for a while. God bless. The lovely King Alpha is getting nerfed. They reduced the energy generation from 25 per stack to 20% on Steadfast's passive. And Excalibur's Wrath, Sundering Strike. The sword now glows a distinct color when at 35 and 80 energy. So that basically means you can kind of see on Arthur's sword now when he has his ult and when he's going to have mana for his like combo ult or whatever, and his Sundering Strike. So that's pretty cool. I think this is like something a lot of people wanted, because it's hard right now to know if Arthur has his ult up or not. You don't really have an indicator, and you kind of have to take a guess. And if you get Arthur ulted in your beat, you still take the damage when you land if you beat it mid-air. So just add some more counterplay to King Arthur, which I think is nice, and obviously reducing his bonus energy generation from Steadfast is pretty good as well. Just making sure he ults a bit less, and there's more counterplay to the ult. Merlin getting nerfed, they would decrease the damage scaling from 35 to 30% on the Radiate, obviously that being his 1 in Fire Stance. Frostbolt got decreased base damage, before it was 60 to 220, now it goes 60 to 200, so 20 less base damage. Dragonfire, the protection reduction disability now only applies to enemy guards and will not affect minions, so basically Merlin won't be killing Fire Giant in 2 seconds anymore. Very nice. Good changes all around the board. Shibbolonki, this was the big controversial, like, nerf, I guess. This ability no longer stuns guards who are moving at the end of this effect. Adjusted audio of this effect to help players be aware of the change. So I think, to an extent, it's a really nice change. It kind of just, like, Shibbolonki still does the same, right? It just kind of brings away, like, some unique features with, like, a back is old interaction and, like, those kind of, like, people being forced to move in taunt and stuff. But I think it's okay, because I think it's very hard to deal with as a newer player, and also I think in competitive, if you have to make sure you're not getting Shibbolonki ult stunned and you're having to worry about a lot of things, that just kind of makes it super hard while you're getting completely blinded. And honestly, the most annoying thing about Shibbolonki's ult is it goes like bam, 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 and you can't hear anything. So you can't hear, like, sound cues. You're completely, like, no, you can't see anything. You have to care about the stun. So I think it's a nice nerf for Shibba. I have to play against it and with it to see how I definitely feel about it, but yeah, that was pretty much it for the guards. Took quite a bit, didn't it? We'll get to the items now. Quite a few items got nerfed. We'll go to Morningstar. Charge Morningstar. Oh, not nerfed. Buffed, sorry. Because they tweaked the whole Morningstar tree. They increased the MP5 from 4 to 7 on Charge Morningstar. Increased MP5 on Chance from 6 to 10. Heartseeker also got increased MP5 from 7 to 10. Hydra Star now provides 7 MP5. Hydra Event now provides 10 MP5. The tweaks is that Morningstar now provides 5 MP5, but they also increased the cost by 50 gold. And Light Blade decreased the attack speed from 15 to 10, and that now provides 50 physical power. So yeah. That's pretty much it for all the items. Oh, Shifter Shield. God damn it. Where's Shifter Shield? They changed the percentage threshold for its effects, so while you're over 75% up from 50, you gain 35 power, but while you're under 75%, you gain 35 physical and medical power prot. So there's changing shifters to a more defensive style, but I don't think that's going to make it necessarily bought more. I guess on a guard like Sun Wukong or something, where you're like poking from a distance, and then when you get low, you kind of want that, because you're never really going to be under 75% anyway, if you're not dying. In that case, it might be nice, but yeah. Item changes, I think it's fine. I think it's nice. They just kind of wanted to get out, like, the weird numbers, I think, on Trance and stuff. It's a bit weird that Trance had, like, 6 mana. 10 makes a lot more sense, right? And they just want to make it a bit more viable, so I guess it's a nice buff for them to do. Moving on, we got a lot of content. So that's pretty much it for the balance section. So if you are gonna leave now, please make sure to leave a like and a comment and let me know what you think about all the balance. We'll be keeping on going with the content, because this is honestly pretty awesome what the Blues did. So quality of life improvements, this patch from Project Olympus, obviously big shout out to the Olympians. Godlike chests no longer provide team boosters until a player owns everything else, and there are now more exclusive items in the Godlike chest. Very nice. Then I can really get all my skins. Triumphant and Enigma chest have been updated with emotes from recently released guards. That's very nice as well. Now I can finally get all my waves and stuff. Text and VGS chat now appear for longer. It's up from 3 to 10 seconds. This is actually pretty big now, so you can have you'll probably see a lot of VGS spam and shit for a lot longer now, but also you'll see more useful information for longer, which is nice if someone is like writing a message or something. The animation for an ability level up has been slowed down and has been given a more golden hue. Alright, I just need to see that in practice. A plethora of fixes have been made, with large quality of life adjustments being done to the UI and colon as well. Very nice. Ranked, They increased the MMR difference between players for duo queue. Before it was 200 if you weren't in Masters or above. No, so okay, sorry. It's now the MMR difference you can queue with if you are below diamond, so like from plat 1 to bronze 5, it's now 300 up from 200, and if you're above diamond, it's 100 MMR difference now. They also fixed an issue where MMR would change too quickly for a player in the first few matches following a soft reset. This is the old hurry with the issue, so that's fixed as well. New master skins for Seth and Horus. They are just recalls at the moment, but they will be updated in the future, as Hyris said. There's going to be a Twitch Prime promotion, so if you have an Amazon Prime account connected on Twitch, subscribe to me. A good little plug right there. And get your free content. And there's going to be a Prince of Darkness bundle. This is free for the Twitch Prime members. This is what you'll get. You'll get Prince of Darkness Hades skins, Prince of Darkness Announcer Pack, and a Prince of Darkness loading screen, and a 4th cosmetic to be determined. So pretty cool overall. Moving on, we got the Battle of Olympus, for Olympus event. This is the whole new lore event. I wasn't too much into it last year, but it seemed pretty cool. So what's going to be happening this year is that Battle for Olympus is an event celebrating the releases of 3 new guards, Horus, Seth, and an unannounced guard from a new pantheon. This is most likely the magical hybrid mage that we don't really know anything about, that apparently crits of power, which sounds pretty absurd to me. There'll be 3 chapters of lore dedicated to each new guard, as well as 3 chapter chests for each. So it's kind of crazy. It's going to be a lot of patches with a lot of things. I guess they kind of might just throw it in, because there's only been 6 patches this year, which is kind of crazy. Usually Hyris would patch like 25, 24 times a year. I think we'll hit like maybe 12 or 13 patches this year. So it's also why patch recap is a bit longer, obviously, because there's a lot more things. In each chapter chest, there'll be 6 skins. Buying all 6 skins from a chapter chest will unlock an exclusive skin for the featured guard in the chapter chest. Purchasing all 18 skins from the event will unlock the unlimited Kukulkan skin, a brand new tier 5 skin. So Kukulkan is getting a tier 5 skin. Hype, the noodle. Chest rolls are priced at 400 gems each, allowing players to roll for one of the available skins in the chapter chest. The total amount increasing with 2 new skins every 2 weeks. The Usurper chest has now been updated with 2 new skins. The Rightful Heir chest will release with 2 new skins in the 2nd week of June. So those are like the chapter chests or whatever. And if you get all 18 skins, you get the tier 5. There's also going to be a new Olympia Battle Pass, and new Olympia is the 3rd of 6 Battle Passes in Season 6, so ranked is going to reset. Players, that's also why there's the changes to MMR and stuff now, because they can actually do that. Players will earn battle points by playing normal or ranked game modes and completing additional quests. A series of free rewards will be obtained by accumulating battle points. Players may also purchase a premium bundle. You should definitely do that, that's good value. Instantly unlocking a new skin, sharing extra B battle points, and gaining access to a new series of premium rewards. This battle pass will last 8 weeks, so we have 8 weeks of ranked, the 3rd of Season 6. So free cosmetics. So here's pretty much all the cosmetics you can get from the new Olympia Battle Pass. There's going to be a Navigator Announcer Pack. So that's going to be a free reward when you hit level 16. There's going to be a new Olympia Jump Stamp. You'll get that when you hit level 50. So you don't have to buy anything, you'll get that. If you buy the premium bundle, which is only 600 gems, this is all you get. You'll instantly receive a Warmaker Vulcan, access to premium rewards, and increased battle point gain. The premium cosmetics are going to be at level 6, new Olympia Loading Frame. At level 16, Eat Me Global Emote. At level 20, the Power Searcher Willick skin. Level 24, the Noob Deathmark. I'll definitely be equipping that one. Solaros Avatar at level 30. The new Olympial Pedestal at level 36. Data Dealer. Data, German, at level 40. The new Olympia War skin at level 45. And the Glitch Recall skin at level 54. And of course you'll get the Warmaker Cerberus, which is the exclusive skin here. It's a premium reward, and you'll get that at level 60. So buy a premium bundle, grind up, that's how we do it. last but not least, we have some new chest additions. So there's going to be a new extraterrestrial chest. I guess it's like an alien's chest, kinda. So Luminous Bastard is going to be the main one here. But there's going to be quite a few skins. I can see like some newer skins. There's the Puck Galaxy skin, the new Nem skin, the Rama skin, the Gep skin, all the star skins pretty much. And the Battle for Olympus events, which will be released the second week of June. That's going to be the Rightful Heir chest. So we'll get Sashimi Nico Bacchus and Pendragon King Arthur. Looks pretty sick. 4 more skins will also be added to this chest. Buying all 6 will unlock Serap Horus. And with that, we are going to make it to the end of this patch recap. A bit of a long one, but that's just kind of what happens when the patch is so long. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this. I think Blues Ultra, definitely go follow him. He did a super good job this time around with the whole cinematics around here. So I hope you guys enjoyed patch recap. If you did, go follow Blues. Leave any constructive feedback, anything. We'll try and be doing this from every patch moving on now, because now we finally settled in. If you did like the video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, press the bell, and until next time everyone, peace out.